Something you have to come to terms with is that the people around you think your life is amazing, even if it's not. And it's a constant eye game because everybody wants what you have, even if you have the smallest thing. Now, I want to give you an example because I was telling a story back when I was in school and I had this coat. This is a funny story, by the way. And I had this jacket. I remember I came into school, it was around winter time. So it was this black long coat, kind of like puffer, if you will. But if I zipped it up, I'd look like a marshmallow, but it was keeping me warm, all black. And I remember people every day were asking me, "Oh, where did you get that coat from? Where did you get it from?" They were asking me all the time. And I knew where I got it, but I played it off as, it's just a gift. I don't know. There's no tag at the head. Like, I'm not too sure, right? So I was playing it off. Now, eventually, one day I get into school and there was a group of people. There was like three people. They came up to me. They're like, "What? That coat's so nice. Where did you get it from?" So then I zip my coat. I'm standing there in disbelief. They're looking everywhere. They're like, "Oh, how come there's not a tag up there?" And I'm like, "Man, like, I just don't know." Prior to this, I already cut off the tag. I don't want to ramble too long. I already cut off the tag at the top so that they wouldn't realize where it's from. But then they found the bottom tag because I never took it off. And they were like, "I was from there. Why didn't you just say it?" And I was like, the crazy thing is, I didn't even see it. And that day, I never felt so violated. I felt violated many times before. But that day, there was something about that violation there. I literally went upstairs to my form room. I spread out my coat on the table like I was spreading out weapons. And then I literally got my scissors and I cut off the rest of the tags. And I didn't even throw it in the bin because I thought, what if somebody's looking inside the bin for my coat? That's how bad it was. I'm telling you, people were asking me. I'm not saying I was popular, but people wanted that coat. The coat was popular, right? The suit made me popular, right? So then I waited to get out of school and then throw. Anyway, I'm rambling on for too long. Why that story holds purpose is because even down to a small thing like that, you have eyes watching you. I'm a person that was guarded for a very long time. I didn't trust people for so long. I still don't. But I often forget sometimes the easiest things. And that's why my channel is important to me also because it's just reminders. I'm not trying to coach you. I'm not a life coach. I'm not trying to necessarily teach you things, but I want to remind you every single day of something. And you need to be reminded that people are watching you. It really is all eyes on you. You don't have to be some sort of social media star, celebrity, famous person for people to look at you. Because the truth is, people look at you. The way you dress, the way you move, your character, there is always somebody watching you. And sometimes we complain about our lives, right? And some people will say that there are many more lives worse off than us. And I would definitely agree. Sometimes I catch myself complaining and I have to almost slap myself in the face and be like, why am I complaining when I know somebody has it way worse, incredibly worse? And I'm getting caught up on the little things. But we are in our own point of view, which means we see what others can't see and we can't help but feel like that sometimes. It's not really a negative thing to feel like that because we all go through stuff. But somebody from the outside that doesn't know who you are, all they see is what you have. It could be absolutely anything. I think that your trust should not be so easy to get because you're not safe from anybody eyeing what you have. Listen, it's as simple as you having a significant other. Even if you have friends around them, they have friends. Trust me, they're watching what you have. I'm telling you, that friends coming over, that family members coming over that might not live in your household. They're coming over, they're looking around, the way they're eyeing up everything. Trust me, they most likely want what you have. And this is bigger than jealousy. People do this all the time. Even the easiest way to do it is on social media when you look at other people's lives. You're like, man, that would be nice. Or I wish this, I wish that. There's literally everybody eyeing your life. You need to make sure every day that you are moving correctly. I would say that you should still have your guard up with everyone and anyone because even for the smallest things, people will watch you because you have what they don't have. Remember, you might not be the most financially free person. You might not feel like you have your life in order, but every single one of us has what somebody wants. That's so important to understand. I don't feel like that's talked about enough. You have something or many things that I want and I don't have. The same goes for me. I might have something that you desire or want. That is every single person in the world, no matter how down bad or high up they are. That's just the truth. And I think it's human nature to feel like that. It's always about comparison. It's always a competition. And what honestly can we do? What can you do about that? You can't really do anything, but you have to make sure that you safeguard yourself. A lot of you are moving reckless. A lot of you are showing too much of what you have and what you have going on for you, and you're talking way too much about the things that you want. Honestly, I'm big on keeping shut, keeping quiet now. I try to limit what I show. You might see this pink pillowcase and these bed sheets, but you don't see my nunchucks up there fully, do you? All right, you probably have seen my nunchucks, but my point is you have to limit what other people see, because that's when the jealousy will fully come out. That's when the envy will come out. And the scariest people are when they're jealous of you, when they're throwing those sly little comments, or when they're making little jokes and saying that you're not grateful, and you start deep in what they're saying, and you start to realize that person wants your life. Then it's bigger than just the little things. They want your life. They want to be you, and they won't even admit it. They won't admit it. And that's bigger than thinking that you're cool or that you're somebody. People would rather switch lives with somebody else. It just goes down to a simple argument. You know when you hear a guy and a girl and they just say, oh, like, it's probably easier to be a woman. And the woman says, it's probably easier to be a man. Listen to me. I thought about being a girl many times. That might sound suspicious. I'm just saying, that might sound a bit sus. I'm saying, of course, I've thought about it, right? And every time I think about it, I think, damn. I weigh up the pros and cons. I'm like, damn, like, there's a lot of cons to this. The same way as if a woman was thinking about a man, like, you know what I mean? I'm not some sort of red pill or some sort of woman on mat. Nah. I don't care about any of that stuff. Look me in my eyes and try to tell me I care. I could care less. But I would never want to switch my life with somebody else, because I could think that person has the easiest life, but I can't handle what they handle. I can't handle that mental pressure, all the responsibilities that they have to do. You know, I can't handle all of that because I'm handling my own stuff. I'm barely handling my own things. So I would never put myself in a position to be like, damn, I really wish I had that person's life. I couldn't. And just with that simple argument, I don't think a man could handle being a woman. I don't think a woman can handle being a man. I don't think I could handle a lot of stuff. I don't think you can handle a lot of stuff too. It's just that simple. It's that easy. It's that straightforward. So although I'm talking about other people watching you, wanting what you have, your belongings, or wanting to have your life, not necessarily be you, but have your life, you need to make sure and check yourself that you're not doing that with anybody that you see. Don't wish you had somebody else's life. Don't wish you had somebody else's problems. Because you want someone else's life, you're going to get their problems too. All that stuff is going to occur, and you don't know what somebody's going through internally, mentally. So that's the stupidest thing ever. I've never once thought, oh man, I'd really like to have his life. Even famous, handsome men, I can't even say to myself like, damn, or even like a fighter or an actor, or nah. I haven't got time. I really don't. I got to focus on me, and I'm here focused on somebody else. But the point of today's video is that you really have to be careful. And I want to remind you that people are watching you at all times. I went through a phase when I was younger and I was in primary school, and I thought that I was literally in a series. This is going to sound goofy as hell, all right? I have two things here. One, I thought I was Spider-Man, as every kid did. That's not even that crazy. For two, though, I thought I was getting recorded at every single second of my life. And it's funny, it's kind of ironic I'm recording myself now. But what's funnier is that that's how it really is. That lasted with me for a while until I got older, all right? Even secondary school, high school, which is kind of crazy. But in the early stages, right? But that is crazy. I was thinking that at such a young age. And just let me cook here, all right? Because you might think I'm rambling when I'm not. It's not about being recorded, but it's just eyes are on you, on what you do. You could be the most humble, down-to-earth person. You could just be sticking to yourself, staying into your own lane. And that's only going to cause more attention. You know, I feel like some people underrate the effect they have on someone else's life. No fault at their own, but people are watching you. And like I said, you don't have to be some big personality, some famous person, some celebrity, somebody that's well known or bait in your area. You don't need to be any of those things for people to have their eyes on you. So make sure you always move cautiously. Make sure you try to stick to yourself as best as you can, but make sure you don't trust so easily, because a lot of people, especially your friends, want what you have and very well might want to be you. So just keep that in your mind today. Anyway, that's me for today. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. My God.